Good morning, everybody. It's time for another Motivation Monday. So today I want to talk about something that might sound a little obvious, but you might realize how easy it is to forget this crucial thing when you get really wrapped up and excited to make some money. That thing is to always do your research. Always do your research. So if you follow me on Instagram, which if you don't, you totally should. But if you follow me on Instagram already, you probably saw that I was out at garage sales this last weekend. And while I was out at garage sales, I came across the mother of all LuLaRoe hauls. Like, the mother of all LuLaRoe. I was in shock. I'm so in shock, I'm going to put another picture of it right here. So this garage sale that I went to had so much LuLaRoe, it was almost overwhelming. And what I took a picture of and just showed you was only half of what she had. Half. There was so much more I didn't even photograph because I didn't want to be like super duper creepy, like walking around taking pictures of all their stuff. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I had every right to be excited. As a matter of fact, this last couple of weeks, after doing a little bit of research, LuLaRoe was not just the top searched item on eBay in clothing, but it was also the top 2 search because people spell it LuLaRoe and LuLaRoe. So it was numbers 1 and 2 in the last keyword search ranking that I did. And so I knew LuLaRoe is hot, 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 hot. But you have to stop. You get distracted by all the dollar signs. And you have to step back and look at it from a critical standpoint. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. So at this garage sale, she was selling things for 40% off retail. That is pretty darn close to wholesale. Most LuLaRoe pieces, I've done my research already, but most LuLaRoe pieces, the suggested retail is about double what wholesale cost is. So the fact that she is selling LuLaRoe for 40% off led me to believe that there was some stuff going on behind the scenes and warranted a little bit more investigating. I found out that she's wanting to get out of selling LuLaRoe because she incurred a lot of inventory and then suddenly people stopped buying. People in our area could no longer afford to pay the retail prices that are suggested for LuLaRoe consultants. So that was tidbit number 1. So in my brain, I'm thinking to myself, awesome, I can offer to buy her out and then I will have, you know, all of this LuLaRoe inventory. LuLaRoe inventory. And I can get it all probably dirt cheap and make a whole bunch of money because, come on, like I told you before, we know that LuLaRoe is one of the top search things on eBay in clothing categories, right? You have to pay attention to the market. The first tip-off, the first red flag was the fact that people in my area are no longer buying from her because they cannot afford it. If people in your direct vicinity are not willing to pay those kind of premiums, you might need to start looking at the market as a whole. So the entire rest of the day, well, I bought a few pieces just to try it out. Also because I wanted to show them that I was serious when I said I wanted to buy out part of her inventory, if not all of her inventory. So I bought, 3 dresses and a Mommy and Me legging set. And I did not pay wholesale price. I paid her 40% discount. And took them home and started to do research and got them listed. Lo and behold, I found something that kind of sucks. So most of the dresses, I got one dress of each kind. I bought an Amelia, I bought a Nicole, and I bought a Julia. That's what it was. I bought one of each of those, so I bought 3 dresses. I spent $95 on those 3 dresses total. So it was not cheap. It was not cheap. It was pretty expensive. Upon doing my research of those items, I started to see a very scary trend. And that scary trend was that the LuLaRoe dresses that are selling, as in sold, not ended with no bids, not ended without sale, the sold listings, the majority of them are for only around 5% above wholesale. And you can find wholesale just by doing a simple Google search. If wholesale was $31, those dresses were selling for $33 to $35 plus shipping. Can't make a lot of money off that, right? Now, that's not for all the dresses. Those are just certain designs. There are some dresses that will still go up to $60, $70, $90, $100. But you have to know LuLaRoe crazy well to know if you've got one of those little unicorns in that. I am not well enough to know. So, for me to buy her entire inventory is a crazy big gamble. Not to mention the fact that there are a lot of LuLaRoe pieces that ended without any bids or sales at all. Either they were priced too high or people didn't want them. One of the two. But I'm not willing to give up so easy, right? I mean, hello, do you remember my initial reaction? I was so excited about all that LuLaRoe. So I still told her that I was interested in buying her out because I wanted to know how much inventory she had and what kind of return I could get. Well, then late last night, she sent me a text message to let me know. It's a little over $7,000 in wholesale inventory. $7,000. Okay, so that was like a gut punch. That was like a gut punch because that's a lot of money. First of all, I feel bad for her because she has that much inventory in her house and she can't move it. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to be in debt, and that's a lot of money just sitting around that she probably needs for her family. So first off, that really, really sucks. But then the more and more I thought about it, I was still kicking it around. I'm like, oh, I don't know. So here's my current plan. I am planning to continue to do my research. I'm going to go meet with her tomorrow to see how many of each style she has. I'm going to take a look at the patterns, and I'm probably going to ask her if she would be willing to let me take a chunk of the inventory and do a test run. As of right now, there is no way I will be spending over $7,000 on her entire inventory. Not with the market the way it is. But this is the whole reason why I wanted to create this video. This whole video was not just about if you should or shouldn't buy LuLaRoe. It's about doing research and making sure that you don't let your emotions get in the way. Because, to be quite honest, I have the $7,000. I can give her $7,000 for all of this inventory. But if I was doing it just based on the fact that I know LuLaRoe is the top searched item in female clothing, or if I just know that LuLaRoe is super popular, if I would have just done it based on that knowledge alone and just wrote her a check for $7,000 and said, here you go, give me all your inventory, I would have been screwed. Because I can about guarantee that if I were to buy every single piece in the time it would take me to list it and finally sell it, I'm sure that half of it I would be selling off just to get my money back. With the way the market is just going down, I don't think there's any way I can make a profit on that entire bundle unless she's got a whole bunch of unicorns in there, and I don't think she does, because after I posted it on Instagram, a lot of you guys told me the kind of prints and designs to look for, and that's what I went looking for, and she didn't have a lot of it. She had a lot of abstract, geometric, shapey kind of stuff, not a whole lot of solids. So if I would have just given her the money based on emotion alone, thinking that I knew, I could have put myself in some serious trouble. Sometimes you got to take emotion and excitement out of it. You have to step back and you have to look at it logically and do research. Now, again, I say this whole video, I guess it is turning out to be a lot about my LuLaRoe finds, but there's a lesson to be learned here, and that's why I wanted to bring this up. Don't let your emotions get ahead of you. If you find what you think is a gold mine, sometimes, if it looks too good to be true, it is. If she's looking to get out of the business, there's a reason. Market is dropping, and you can see that by doing simple research. So, lesson learned, always do your research. Don't make any rash decisions until you know what you think you need to know. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know. And I will definitely try to keep you guys up to date on what I'm doing. I can tell you I'm not going to buy that entire lot, but I am planning to talk to her and find out if maybe I can break it up into bits and pieces, because I did list 3 LuLaRoe pieces a week ago that were used. Well, the one that I found at Goodwill, and 2 that I found that were used, and all 3 sold in a week. And the Mommy and Me legging set that I bought on Saturday already sold Monday. So as tempting as that is, I still need to keep my emotions out of it. Plus, those 3 other dresses, they only have like 1 watcher. So markets change. Always do your research. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comments below. All of my contact information is in the video description. And if you haven't subscribed to me yet, I hope you will. Thank you guys again. I will see you with my next video. Bye.